It's not basketball season in Kentucky right now, but there was no shortage of basketball in Lexington this weekend. Today, dozens of kids from around the nation were at the Kentucky Basketball Academy for the National Police Athletic League Basketball Championships. The tournament is meant to create experiences children normally wouldn't have.
It also gives the kids an experience and exposure to be able to come and play with kids that are from around the country, and it just shows good sportsmanship and all those things. Just something, even just staying in a hotel, getting away from home.
Children in grades 2 through 12 participated. Teams arrived Friday for the tournament, played several games Friday and Saturday. Today's games were for the championship.
A Laurel County mother is in jail facing numerous charges after deputies say they found several children living in filth while she was arrested for DUI with another child in her lap.
Deputies need your help finding a couple they say caused and sped away from a 7-car wreck.
If you've struggled with your garden at home, you're not alone. Coming up, we'll tell you why one expert says it's been a rougher than normal summer for planting produce.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Deputies in Laurel County are calling one mother irresponsible and drunk. You're watching WKYT. I'm Kristen Kennedy. Deputies originally went to a home on Topton Road in Laurel County this morning for a theft complaint. While they were there, they say they saw the thief drive by, and they claim she was drunk with a child riding on her lap. Hillary Thornton has our top story.
Deputies were out here on Topton Road dealing with a theft complaint. That eventually led to the trailer here behind me, and it is what they found inside there that now has the mother of several small children facing numerous charges.
It all started as deputies were investigating the theft of a battery and a battery tray. Neighbors say the victim of that theft is a woman in her 90s. While working on that theft report at Topton Road, deputies saw the suspect vehicle drive by, and they say the driver, 30-year-old Christina Conley, was holding a small child in her lap. Deputies then stopped the tan-colored Chevy Tahoe directly in front of Conley's home, also on Topton Road, and quickly realized she was under the influence of drugs. Also found in that vehicle was the reported stolen battery tray, as well as a receipt where the stolen battery was sold for $8. Folks living in the area say this was not the only time she had stolen from neighbors, as they themselves are also victims. Deputies did not stop their investigation with that traffic stop, discovering 5 more children left alone inside the trailer living in filth, finding dog feces all over the floor, spoiled meat inside the refrigerator, and sharp opened food containers throughout the home.
Now we are told all of those children were placed in the custody of other family members by social services. In Laurel County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Conley did not want to talk with us from jail. Deputies in one southern Kentucky county need help finding an elderly couple they're accusing of a 7-car crash. Deputies in Rockcastle County say the crash started when a couple hit a truck on Interstate 75 near exit 62. That one wreck, we're told, started a chain reaction where 7 cars total collided. Sam Smith is right outside Mount Vernon.
Traffic is moving again on the northbound side of I-75. Earlier today, near mile marker 62, there was a 7-vehicle wreck. Rockcastle County Sheriff's deputies say this was a result of a chain reaction following a hit and run. Deputies are in contact with Kentucky State Police in order to find a white Cadillac with a tan roof driven by an elderly couple. Deputies say that car has front-end damage. One person was taken to Rockcastle Regional Hospital with injuries to their neck and back. There were no other injuries reported. The Sheriff's Office, along with Kentucky State Police and Mount Vernon Fire, were out here working the wreck. Anyone with any information on the driver or vehicle involved in this wreck is asked to contact the Rockcastle County 911 Center. In Rockcastle County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
The couple, we're told, if found, will face charges for leaving the scene of a wreck. Georgetown police are investigating a crash between an ambulance and a wedding procession. Emergency crews were rushing a crash victim to the hospital this afternoon around 4:30 when police say their ambulance collided with a car that was part of a wedding procession. The two vehicles crashed on Quality Drive near the bypass. Georgetown police are still trying to figure out how the wreck happened. They say those involved appear to have non-life-threatening injuries. Firefighters in East Bernstadt are calling one thief's actions frustrating. The deputy chief there says his department went out last night to rescue a woman at Wildcat Off-Road Adventures. And when they went to hook up the trailer where they keep all their rescue equipment, they say it wasn't there. Surveillance video shows someone pulling into the driveway early Saturday morning and driving off with that trailer. Firefighters were able to rescue the woman with help from the Laurel County Rescue Squad.
It wasn't the monetary value of the equipment. It's only about a $1,500 trailer. But it's very important that we have to use these pieces of equipment to get out when people are in need of help.
And that trailer did cost $1,500. A 2-year-old is recovering tonight after being run over in Louisville. Police there say family members accidentally ran over Renesmee Dale while they were pushing a car with a dead battery. Crews rushed her to Coast Air Children's Hospital. Officers say she has a gash on her head and her lip has to be reconstructed.
My hands were covered in her blood and her eyes were rolling in the back of her head, and I thought at that moment I was losing my baby.
Family members say this isn't the first time the toddler has been close to death. In February, she was in the backseat of a car hit during a police chase. She had a fractured skull and bleeding in her brain. Tonight, a Louisiana community is continuing to pay tribute to 2 women gunned down in a movie theater. Today, Our Lady of Fatima Catholic Church in Lafayette held a memorial mass for Jillian Johnson and Macy Breaux. Both women were shot and killed during a showing of Trainwreck Thursday. 9 others were injured. The shooter, John Hauser, police say took his own life. Funeral services for Breaux and Johnson will be tomorrow. We're expecting another typical summer day here in the Bluegrass, but some changes are on the way for the work week. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell's tracking some storms moving back into the area.
They will certainly be back in town. We actually have a little bit of activity on Defender out there now, a little to our north, and a few little showers across parts of southeastern Kentucky that have actually gone up as well. We're looking outside. You can see more cloud cover hanging around with us. Temperature right now at 87 degrees. We're getting a southwest wind around 7 miles per hour. Remember, it's a lot warmer to our southwest. It pushes more humidity into the area. So that means our feels like temperature is all the way up to 92. When you walk outside, that's what you're really going to feel. There you see some of the showers and storms around Covington and Cincinnati. And then you look down to the south across parts of Whitley County, Knox, and also over into Bell County. Some rain still falling down there for those folks as well. Our 24-hour planner. We look through the rest of the evening and all the way till tomorrow night at the same time at 8 o'clock. We're looking at chances of showers and thunderstorms hanging out with us again during the day tomorrow. Now, most of this is going to be on the scattered side, but we will have a little more cloud cover out there. So I think tomorrow, 87 should be the max that we get up to for daytime highs. With heat index values, will probably go up a little bit higher than that, though, probably into the low 90s, kind of like what we're seeing out there today. We'll take a closer look at that coming up in just a few minutes.
Members of a Johnson County church that was damaged in this month's flooding are trying to rebuild. Floodwaters destroyed Ramey Branch Church in Flat Gap, and last week its members had to tear down what was left. Now the congregation will spend Sunday mornings at the Little Mudlick Youth Center, about 10 minutes down the road, until they build their new church.
It means a lot to us. People have been overly kind to us, and we really appreciate that. And just to have a building to worship in is magnificent. We thank them so much from the bottom of our hearts. It means a lot.
The pastor isn't sure how long it'll take to rebuild. This month's heavy amounts of rain and flooding are causing some problems for local farmers. Mike Linden is in Georgetown talking to some fighting mold and mildew on crops.
Right through here is the yellow squash, and they are just gone.
Wetter than normal conditions this summer have been hard on crops and produce. Experts say consecutive days of nonstop rain is the culprit.
When you get rain day after day after day, it sets up a lot of molds and mildews on your plants.
Pfister says in some cases, mold and mildew can reduce yield by almost 50%.
Some of the most susceptible crops to it are things like green beans, your squashes, your melons, and even tomatoes. They're affected.
Pfister says with the overabundance of rainfall this summer, it's caused some squash plants to stop producing much earlier than normal. While these plants are pretty much on their way out, they should have lasted for at least another month.
The rain has made it difficult for Pfister and his crew to even complete simple tasks on a day-to-day basis.
We couldn't send our guys out to work on the farm. You couldn't harvest anything, and nothing could be done. I mean, just literally, it almost came to a complete standstill.
While Pfister says it's difficult to fight mold and mildew, there is a way to improve yield over the course of the entire season. It's a process used at Bywater Farm called successive planting.
You want to plant your tomatoes today, come 10 days later, plant some more tomatoes or peppers or green beans or squashes. Do them in successive plantings. Do it like 2 and 3. That way, no single crop is affected at all.
In Scott County, Mike Linden, WKYT.
Despite the wet summer, the pumpkin crop is on schedule for the upcoming fall. There were some scary moments this weekend for a dozen people injured at an amusement park in western Kentucky. The Warren County Sheriff's Office says 12 people were hurt when a swing ride at Beach Bend Amusement Park tipped over last night. A spokeswoman for the medical center in Bowling Green says doctors have treated and released all 12 people. They are not giving out the names or ages of those individuals.